boys of Nagaland who won the Subroto Cup under 17 tournament. So they were going in a procession, and I think that is one of the reasons why the traffic is bad today. So let me also take this opportunity of extending my heartiest congratulations to those boys who have brought laurels to the state of Nagaland. Indeed, it is a big privilege for the entire state. What should I say? Now, everybody cannot become an IAS officer. Everybody cannot become an IAS officer. We all try. We should all try. And sometimes it is better to try and then fail rather than not trying at all. So, for my young IAS friend, the guest, he may not understand Nagamese, but I think most others will understand. So I will apologize to you that I will address part of it in Nagamese and Hindi also, because then it becomes more of a conversation rather than a monologue from me. So, try kore na fail hoile bhala se. Try na korele ko lav nahi. Once we fail, we realize that we cannot do it. So either we change our methods and try to do it in another manner, or we realize that we cannot do it and we stop doing it. Everybody is not the same. God has gifted every one of us with different qualities. Someone will excel in some field, someone will excel in some other field. Some people will become IAS and IPS or forest service or whatever, some will not. This is how God has built the society, the human race. I think and we should be happy about it. But since you are youngsters, all of you probably aspiring to be either IAS or IPS or civil servants or NCS officers or engineers or doctors also. I think the most important thing when you go for any competitive examination is to know yourself, know your capabilities, know what you can do, and also quickly assess what you cannot do and where others are better than you. I am saying this especially for the youngsters who want to prepare for UPSC or MPSC examinations, because if you are not able to assess in the first year or first 2 years of your preparation that you will face problems and then there are other people better than you, then I think it is not worth wasting 4 or 5 years of your life. Those 4 or 5 years of your life can be put to better use. So, all of you youngsters, children, my advice is quickly assess whether you can do it or not. If you cannot do it, please change tracks, do something else. There is no point in wasting 4 years of your life if you think you cannot do it, even if it is under pressure from your parents or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever, or your teachers. No, there is no point. When you waste 4 years of your life, everybody cannot do everything. So that is my first advice. And the best thing is to know yourself first, and also know whether in a group or in a batch of say 30-35 people around you, there are others who are better than you. So if in a group of 35 people, you are 33 or 32, then imagine that in 10 lakh people who are appearing for civil services, there will be thousands of others who will be better than you. So I'm not trying to discourage you, I'm trying to give you a very straight advice. They may think that I am trying to take away their students and students away from them, because everybody cannot be an IAS or IPS or an engineer or a doctor. But this is the hard reality of life.
So now, as we all know that in our present generation, we all are distracted from the internet. So now I myself, Neeraj Yadav, studying in 12th standard, and I'm saying myself that I'm lots of distracted from internet. Even just today also I failed exam, and because of overused mobiles last night, when I cannot able to prepare properly. So even I'm also wanting to prepare for UPSA, but sometimes I feel that if I'm going there and preparing for UPSA, and if I keep on continuing doing like this, like if I'm distracting from the social media, unwanted things like using of Facebook and these things, I don't think that this is going to help me. So I would like to ask from our student if we can suggest some tips to overcome from the social media, and is it right for us to use social media if we are preparing for UPSC? Thank you.
So I myself use social media quite a bit, so I will not say don't use it. But you should know what to see, what to do on the social media. What is important is not whether how much time you are spending, but how much quality time you are spending on the social media, what you are getting from there, what you are giving back to the social media. Okay? Social media is full of nuisance. Social media is full of ideas. Social media will give you beautiful ideas and information which you will not get everywhere. So it depends on what you want to pick up. But yes, too much time on social media may not be good. It is addictive. But the answer is that you should know how to use it. There is no other answer. You cannot avoid it. Even if you don't want to use it, someone will keep sending you something. So there is no way you can avoid it. Okay, but social media, I think in my assessment, one good thing about social media is that it prepares you for good scrutiny in life. It prepares you for criticism in life. If you are doing something wrong or trying to do something wrong, people will point it out to you. So that is one thing very good about social media. Another thing good about social media is you learn to accept the diversity of life in the world. On the same post that you give on social media, you will get hundreds of opinions on different issues, from people favoring you to people criticizing you. So, although I am not going to say that social media will prepare you for civil services, but social media will definitely, depending on what posts you are following, it can definitely help you improve your analytical skills. Because you will be able to understand what other people think. So you will be able to understand what someone else will think about a particular situation. So there are good and bad things of social media, but I think overuse has to be avoided. But you should know how to use it. It can be used very positively. I try to make a lot of positive use of social media. I can connect with a lot of people through social media. And since I am there on social media, I am sort of like, that's what God has gifted me with some position where I can help people. A lot of people are also able to reach out to you on social media for help and assistance. I have known people who are drug addicts, people who are criminals, people who have brought up social and personal issues to me for resolution. So it's not that social media is always an evil. It can be helpful. It all depends on how you can use it, how sensitive you are, how well you know this this can be used for a positive purpose. I do not want to say this, but one thing that I want to mention is youngsters. The drug abuse problem is a massive problem in Nagaland. In the rest of the country also it is a problem, but in Nagaland and Manipur it is very, very bad. It is so bad that my estimation will be that at least 30% of the population consumes drugs. I am not saying liquor. If you include liquor, it will go up to 85%. So, if you know a friend or a family member who consumes drugs, who is addicted to drugs, don't think he is a criminal. Think of him as a patient who is suffering from a disease or an ailment. Don't hide it from yourself or from your family. If it is your friend or your family member, and if you are the well-wisher, please inform someone. Please inform someone that his disease, his ailment can be cured. Your friends, among your friends and social circles, there may be people who will tell you, don't do it. Just avoid doing this. For 10 minutes of being away from some problem, you will spoil your entire life. Don't get into drugs, just avoid drugs. I can go on and say that avoid friends who take drugs also. But those friends who take drugs are patients. If in your own family there are patients, you don't leave them alone. So please help those patients to get away from drugs. Inform someone.
Sir, you have brought a lot of creativity and innovations in various departments that you have worked. How can we also make sure that we are innovative and bring lasting change in our works?
Yeah, let me confess by saying that although I have gotten a lot of creativity and innovation, it is all not that it is coming out of my mind. A lot of it is contribution of everyone out there in the society. People who share ideas, people who share their grievances, people who share their concerns, people that come up with solutions. So I think as a leader it is our duty that if there is a problem, if there is a concern, we should be able to solve that problem. A problem, wherever the problem is, a problem is not the end of the world. A problem is the beginning of a solution. So if there is a problem, you look for a solution, how it can be resolved. I'll give you an example, a small example which I think हमें कोई थकेले आता रहता है अपने का आंसर भी जाने वो लोग I'll just say it. In Nagaland, a lot of people do not have bank accounts. So some of the government schemes where government has to give money into their bank accounts, some of the schemes are not reaching there because we do not have bank branches in the rural areas. So हमें क्या बोलना पोजीशन तो rural area के बैंक नहीं होती तो वो दिखता रहे हो Nagaland के दुनिया पारे पर. What is the solution? Solution is very simple. You don't need to open a bank account in Pangsha or in Kapla. You can open a bank account in Kohima or Dimapur and then use Google Pay or Phone Pay or SBI, or anything. So when you look at solutions, when you look at a problem that there is a problem, you have to solve it, you will be able to solve it. But if you think that there is a problem and so you have to be thinking of solutions, and those solutions will come from your daily life, from your friends, from the social media, from your critics, from people who appreciate you. There are solutions everywhere. It is your mental capability where you can find what is important for you, what is important for a particular situation. So Fostering creativity or innovation, actually if you keep your ears and eyes open, it is child's play. Bacha laga khela se. It is child's play, but you have to know what you want. And that is where the role of the leadership comes in. The leader will look at problems as the beginning of a solution. He will devise solutions.